Computer, got it. Awesome. Yeah, you got to click here. Recording in progress. All right. So my best advice to you is to look at it in 3 systems. So the first one is lead generation system. And the lead generation system is, how do you reach out to other people who don't know you and tell them about what you're doing, and making sure that you're talking to the right people. Okay. The next one is a nurturing system. How do you then nurture them? Because only 2% of people will be willing to buy straight away. Just a fact. You know, once you reach out to people, they are not ready to buy. Mostly what they're doing is they're kind of interested. You know, they're at that interest level, and in between. It's a bit like when I go into a shop, I try and shop as little as possible, frankly. But, you know, I'll go into a shop, I know what I want, I go and buy it, and I leave. My partner, Claire, we go to 5 shops, and, you know, she'll look around, and it's great. You know, we go to IKEA, and it's like my worst nightmare, but it's kind of fun. But it's kind of like, it's just a shopping strategy. So we've all got a shopping strategy that we use. And the reason that we need a nurturing system is because everyone else has got a shopping strategy. With Google, it's known, if you ever do Google ads or local Google, it's 22 days on average. People will look for your service locally. They'll type in hypnotherapy. Where are you, Camilla?
Charing Cross.
Okay, so they'll type in Charing Cross, hypnotherapist, whatever it is. Essentially, they will not make a choice there and then. It'll take 22 days for them to, but within 22 days, they'll make an appointment. Okay, so which is why having nurturing systems is so important. They're very rarely going to make a choice, you know, very, very rarely. Sometimes they do, but it's very, very rare. So you've got to find the right people. Then you've got to have some kind of nurturing system. And invariably that's email. Okay, email is the easiest way to automate. It just works. It's been around forever, still proven to be one of the best ways to engage with people. Just works. So email. And then conversion systems are where you're thinking about, okay, how do I convert that lead? You know, somebody I've nurtured who then reaches out. How do I convert them into some kind of sale? Okay, and that's another system in itself. So the goal of a business owner in 2023 is to understand that it's not about you. Okay, it's not about you. It's about the system you're using. So if you've got good lead generation systems, if you've got good nurturing systems and good conversion systems, the world is your oyster. You can create as much money as you like. And, you know, that's just proven time and time again. So at the minute, Camilla, you're going, how do I get and find the people? Maybe.
Yeah, find more. I have got a few, but yeah, definitely, it's definitely find more. Yeah.
Okay. So in your business, where's the money? Where is the money? Where do you get paid the most?
From the in-person clients at the moment.
Okay. And if I can ask, how much do you get? How much do you charge?
£65 a session.
You need to put your prices up.
Do you think?
Oh Christ!
But it's so hard. It's so hard when you start, isn't it? To say it is hard. Well, yeah, Debbie's nodding. Thank you, Debbie.
Well, everybody's nodding.
Absolutely.
And I've been there. But let me just tell you is that people that are looking at your systems and your business and all that kind of stuff don't know that.
Yeah.
They don't know that. All right. So I really want to get across this rate. It's not about you. It's about the systems. You need to stick 30 quid on your hourly rate tomorrow.
Okay.
Honestly, you really do. Nobody will bat an eyelid. They will not bat an eyelid if you say, how much do you charge, Debbie? Let's do it.
Sorry?
How much do you charge?
75 per session. And then I've got group, like the virtual gastric band. That's more because it's a group thing.
Right.
But yeah, so pretty much the same.
Yeah. You need to stick 20 quid on that. You need to kind of go around 100 quid, 100. I was for healing in 1997. I was charging £100 an hour.
Wow,
really?
And you know, we had an A board outside, and everyone, you know, come and have some healing. And everyone was going, you are bonkers, man. But I was doing £100 an hour because I aimed it towards people. I had the gall to do it, maybe, but also it's not about me. It's about the value that I present. Right. So that's really key. Benefits, people buy benefits. And if your benefit is shown to be a high value benefit, charge what you like. Why do dentists earn so much? Because everyone goes to them, they're in pain. Right. So I focused on backache and backaches and mostly backaches. When I did quit smoking, so I did quit smoking kind of for a laugh, really made a website because I'd done hypnosis and NLP. I did quit smoking, but I did it in 2 hours. Stopped smoking in 2 hours because I could charge £400. You know, so it's not about the money. Money doesn't exist. It's a mindset issue. And let me just tell you now, is the systems that you need, you cannot create a scalable business on £65 an hour, because you need to pay $10 a month for your email marketing, which is going to send out 100 emails. You need to pay whatever it is, and you need more money in your pocket. Right? So you need to, I've got a lady locally who is still charging £35 a month for healing. And when I see her in town, she always hides her head and run away because she knows I'm gonna tell. But she's the only one that's losing. She's the only one that's losing. So put your prices up. What I suggest you do is double your prices and make offers.
Yeah.
Right? They feel like they get something, they're still getting the win, they're getting the benefit, and you're getting more money. Yeah, definitely. Put your prices up. Right. Now, so your lead generation systems are all about how you present yourself to the world. And so the key to that is to find places where people hang out that are your clients. And so there was a really nice kind of marketing question. Some marketing guru many years ago said, what is it that you really want? What would make your business? And somebody said, oh, I want to go, into a town center, or I want a shop, or I want a big website, or I want lots of traffic, whatever it is. But he came back with a really cool answer, which is that the only thing you need for a business to work is a hungry crowd. You can do whatever you like. You can present it to 1 million people. What you need to do is present it to people who have the problem that you solve. And the challenge with hypnotherapy, the challenge with all of us, is we could all offer so much, which is why I asked you, Camilla, like, where's the money? If you are offering more than 2 kind of solutions, you're going to really struggle to make enough money, because each market that you talk to has a different need. They're a different person. They have a different history. They respond to different images. You need to pick, and a really good bit of advice somebody said to me once, which is pick one person at one time in their life with one solution. So you might offer somebody who's been struggling, so nutrition, for example, yeah? You might offer somebody, I work with people who have struggled with whatever it is for at least 5 years, who are fed up to the back teeth of having this problem and who are ready to make a change. Here's my one solution. If you do that worldwide, the world's your oyster. You can make as much money as you like. If you try and just offer hypnotherapy, you are going to struggle.
Right.
So you need to be seen as an expert in the area. Yeah, that's why we pay consultants in the UK and probably the US more money than general doctors. It doesn't mean you're going to limit who comes to you, but you're going to say, I'm an expert in this. Yeah. So when you do your Facebook Lives, you say, are you a person who struggling with this and ready to do that? And then you can say, this is for you. And what will happen is internally they'll go, oh, that's me. Or internally they'll say, it's not me. Perfect. Because you don't want to be, you want the hungry crowd. You don't want the tire kickers. You want people who are willing to spend money. Yeah, does that make sense? So really just think about that. Stop being a generalist. Think about how you can show yourself as an expert. And that is on the second page on any website is the About Me page, because we're all nosy buggers. We like looking in the curtains in people's houses and all that kind of stuff. And so I just write in there, I'm an expert in. Click here to make your appointment. Because you just need to be 10 steps ahead of the person that's following you, or even 1 step ahead. You don't need to be, we're all learning. You don't need to be regarded as an expert, but compared to the person you're helping, you are an expert. Right? So you need to kind of own it. business is such psychology, isn't it? So help one person with one solution. Sorry, one person at one time in their life with one solution. So in your marketing, on your the way that you reach out to people in different groups, or I think maybe next week we'll do one on a bit more detail on how you reach out to people. But essentially, if you could say to somebody in a Facebook post, are you Camilla, who's your ideal client?
I'm not honestly, I'm not completely sure yet. I mean, that would be the truth.
Perfect.
I was a teacher for 21 years, and but I'm not sure that I can build a whole business around working with children, and I'm not sure that I 100% want to. But the children come, so I haven't even particularly sold myself as working with children, and I have one who I've already seen, and one who I'm seeing next week, and a phone call this afternoon with another family. So it's like, yes, it's like a magnet thing. So I think I will do that, but I do want to work with adults as well. What do you think of that though? Perfect. So how does that?
Yeah, I wouldn't work with children. I would make a product to sell to the parents to use with the children. I wouldn't.
But they don't want that. They want someone else to do it for them.
Well,
that's my feeling,
Yeah, I would test that out. I mean, one of the main things, I took on a client who in the States who does divorce stuff, very in the divorce here, very well known in the divorce, whatever, quite a big business, reasonable business. And she was really struggling to sell anything. And so she had a huge podcast, and this is well known. It's been on, on TV and goodness knows what else, but wasn't selling anything. So we just reached out to her community and said, what is it that you want to buy? And that was kind of the first bit. And at the end of the day, they wanted to buy certain things and not other things, but it was different to what she thought. So all of the sales funnels we're creating now, and all the language on sales pages are based around what they tell us, not what the business owner thinks. Yeah. So my advice to you is, don't. I mean, another example. I was working with a hypnotherapist kind of coach who was dealing in children that self-harm. Very difficult subject. I mean, so difficult, right? And we did a whole bunch of advertising and didn't get anywhere. And that's because parents didn't want to click on something online that said whatever it was. And so we just changed it around, and we made it a kind of more private group on Facebook where we reached out, and we changed the language, and she's full, absolutely full. And then she made a product, and the product is selling really well. So if I can say anything, I don't want to overload this meeting, but become a data-driven business, not an opinion-driven business. What we want to do is take the guesswork out of everything, and the data will tell you. So as and when maybe you get a bit more established, or you have a way to ask people what they want, you might be surprised, and then you can create a product, But I wouldn't do that as unscalable. I would pick something else. So what else would you pick?
So I've got I've done some work around weight loss and some work around menopause. Yeah.
Menopause.
And that's why I did the module, because I thought,
menopause is the one to go for.
That's the one.
It really is, yeah. In fact, my partner does work around menopause a little bit, and it's everywhere, because of course there's such a lot of crap around it, right? And all that kind of stuff. So menopause, so your ideal customer might be a working woman who is suffering with menopause, who's ready to make changes and is willing to commit to a 3-month program. Something like that. And so, that's what I would definitely do. So every time you do an advert, you can do, or a post, you can do, hey, are you somebody that's are you a successful woman who's suffering with menopause, a bit confused, going through problems, who's willing to make some changes? Why don't you come on, download my 7 steps to reducing menopause in 2023, or whatever it is. And that is, you can do adverts on that. I mean, God, so I would head definitely down that route. And that is a great route to make products in.
Yeah.
As well. Yeah. So, I mean, this lady in the States, there are quite a few people that do divorce stuff. I think there's about 8 people that are highly successful around divorce. So you don't have to be the only one in the market. You know, you can just be the person that offers something unique around menopause, and then you can scale it. You know, but so it forms your ideal customer. So who are they? What problem do they have? And what solution do you have? That's a pretty clear-cut one. And the more you advertise that, and I say advertise, send stuff out onto the internet in one way or another, the more people you'll get, because it's a big area.
Yeah.
Women's empowerment's huge because of us fellas. All right, so you've got your front end system, one person, one whatever, and you're just going to share that. We'll go into maybe more detail next week. Nurturing systems. So let's go through that. But let's go through the benefit of systems. So I want to convince you that systems are the way for you to go. So the benefits are more money, less effort, less stress, less marketing, right? Very important, because marketing is fundamentally, unless you get other people to do it for you, it's you know, it's a time-sucking thing. You get a better lifestyle, you know, and it's easier to scale. You know, so this is what systems are about. The internet's a system. Your brain is a system. Systems are what you want to think about. Think of your business as a factory. Okay, think of it as a factory, and your job is to work out in amongst these 3 areas what's working and what isn't. Have you heard of the theory of constraints? Anybody?
No.
People are commenting on Facebook and I can't, or they're liking, I can't see anything. So they might be asking. Theory of constraints was by a guy called Goldblatt, who had factories. And he worked out that if he wanted to make more or find out what's not working in a factory, he kind of had a straight line like a pipe, but imagine that part of the pipe was constricted. And what he realizes is when he found out the main constriction, the main problem, and released it, the whole business just changed. So your job as the business owner is to find the constraint, and the constraint's most likely you, I'm afraid. Right, it just is. Particularly kind of solo business owners. So your job is to go, okay, my lead generator system, where's the problem? Where am I not working? My nurturing systems, where's the constraint? What's happening? You know, my conversion systems, what's happening? And if you do that, you consistently make more money. You just work in those 3 areas. You don't get emotional about it. You just go, okay. And the more you do that, the more money you'll make. Simple as that, really. So another way of thinking about this is top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Okay, so you're top of the funnel, you're building awareness about the problem you address. Okay, now remember it says problem, not problems. It's quite tricky unless you have a lot of money and a lot of time and experience to market 2 things at once. Okay, you can't catch 2 rabbits. Okay, chasing 2 rabbits is impossible. You'll never catch both. You'll just lose both of them, right? So my advice to you in 2023, is what I'm doing more, come back to one solution. It doesn't mean you're not going to attract other people that say, "Hey, I know you do this, but can you help me with that?" You go, "Yeah, I can, and here's my programs." Focus on one solution. And it's almost like you have to be brave enough to drop the rest. Yeah, we have kind of FOMO. We worried about missing out and stuff. And if you try and do 2 things, you're going to struggle. So the top of funnel is how do you outreach? Facebook groups, ads, all that kind of stuff. You can do all that if you don't define what your niche is, or what the one person, one period, one time point, and one solution. That's a complete waste of time. You must do that first. You must understand that and do that first. So the second one is the middle of funnel, and that's the nurturing, which is teaching people how to choose a solution, your solution, basically. And that's just email marketing, mostly, and Facebook groups as well. But, you know, if people are interested, they'll open your emails and they'll look at what you're doing, and a certain percentage will bite, basically. And all you're doing is telling people, showing testimonials, you're telling people why it works, and all that kind of stuff. And then the bottom one is really explaining why your solution is the very best. Okay, and that is just about packaging. It's not about the solution itself. How do you package it up? And so that's the key. And if you can work in those, go, right, what's my top of funnel? Am I getting enough people in? So your aim might be to get 100 new emails, new leads in every month. That's your goal in 2023. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, how do I do that? And then that's the challenge as the business owner. How many people are opening my emails? Okay, 30% is a good open rate, and a 5% click rate is good. Just measure yourself against those. Okay, cool. And just work towards those. And then how many people of those 100 are becoming customers? And you just keep it as simple as that. And when you do that, I don't know about you, what tends to happen is the overwhelm goes. You just go, okay, how can I get more people? All right, I'll do this. Or how can I, or I'll learn this, or you can come and ask me and I'll tell you, whatever it would be. Just go, okay, are we talking about the top of funnel, the middle, or the bottom, and whatever? And fundamentally, the thing that will help you manage this better is charging more money. It's the thing. If you were charging $5 grand for your product and you sold 2 a month, which isn't that hard, frankly. It seems hard at the minute to you, I know, but it isn't actually. If you're doing $5 grand, then you can do this and take your time to do this, or get other people to do it, whatever it is. If you're charging 65 quid an hour, you're gonna do that. Your business is gonna do that. All right. So it's one of the key lessons I always learn, which is, you've got to charge more than you're comfortable with. So, okay. So any questions with that? That it's about systems, it's not about you, or your lack of self-worth, or your limiting beliefs about money, all that kind of stuff. What any thoughts about that? How do you feel about offering one solution as your kind of main big product?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Milla?
I can definitely see the wisdom in it. It's just, it is scary when you are fairly new. It's just.
Yeah. So it's more about your feelings and your personal ideas, your personal limiting belief.
Yeah.
About being new, because you mentioned that.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. So I understand it, but you need to let that one go.
I think it's the confidence to know that you've chosen the right thing to focus on, that you'll find,
Yeah. I can guarantee, I've been doing this for 25 years now, and I can guarantee whatever, if you can be in the trend of what's happening and offer something slightly different, and women's empowerment, menopause is a great, if I was a woman, I'd be in that. I can't do it as a fella. It's impossible. I'm a bloke. I can't do that, but I could create something for a woman's persona to do it, if you like. So I would definitely head kind of down that route. You can be an affiliate for Debbie or something and send people her way if they need help with nutrition. So combining up is a great way to do things as well. Anyway, Debbie, how do you feel about systems rather than what's going on in your head?
Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it. Initially when you said focus on one thing, split second reaction was, are you mental? Because I've got all of this to offer, but actually it makes complete sense, because I think it's almost just having a goal, one goal to hit, as opposed to having that bow and arrow and just doing this with it. That makes more sense. But yeah, initially it was like, oh, I'm not sure about that.
Can't do that.
I absolutely can see that working.
If you try and do more than one thing, you are not going to grow your business. It's the one fundamental truth. You can't chase 2 rabbits at the same time. You will intrinsically be caught between, oh, do I do a post about this, or do I do a post about that? Do I write a blog about that, or do I write a blog? And every time you're writing about the blog about something else, you're not writing a blog, not that I blog, but you're not creating something that's inherently about where the money is. So
how long would you do that for, though? So supposing you chose anxiety with hypnotherapy.
Yeah.
I get an awful lot of anxiety clients, and I haven't advertised it. It's just by
anxiety is a huge one. Yep.
Yeah, I'm just getting referrals, and which is great. But supposing I wanted to push that more, how long do you do that for before you then go, actually, I want to do something on weight loss, or stop smoking or something?
Yeah, it's up to you. Why are you in business?
Because I want to help people, and it feels like the right job for me. It is the right job for me.
That's cool. What do you want out of your business?
Um,
Name three adjectives that you want out of your business.
flexibility, money, and
How
work-life
much money?
balance. Hmm?
How much money?
How much do I want to make?
Yeah.
Absolutely no idea. Haven't even thought about it.
Big problem. Let's talk about how much you want to make.
Do you know, I honestly haven't thought about it.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
Right.
So think about it now, off the top of your head. Is it 20 grand?
Closer
20
to
grand a year? No.
no, closer to 40 is where I want
Right.
to be.
Okay, you've got a limiting belief about money.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah, you need to, because, or maybe, okay, I'll take that back. Maybe you're not quite grasping the opportunity for you online. Yeah, but also 40 grand, it's not that much. I mean, it really is.
I think the reason I sort of said 40 is because I don't want to be working full time. I'm not working full time. So that would be my choosing my hours, as opposed to, I do not want to be one of the hypnotherapists that are out there that is constantly on their phone 24/7. I want to do my hours that fits in with my life.
Okay. So could you
40,
but that's not really what you want to make, right? That's just some kind of thing that you've gone into your mind and in a nanosecond gone, this many hours, this much an hour, or you've done the kind of computation. How much do you really want to make? Would you like to make 100,000?
Oh yeah, of course.
Right, still, right, okay, all right, so let's, of course, 150, 70, pick a figure.
70.
Why 70? I would have gone for
because I don't know, because I suppose because I've got locked in my brain. Yeah, I have got locked in my brain that I don't want to be working 24/7. So yeah, that's in here. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So systems are all about going, how much money do I want to make? And how can I make that much money within the lifestyle that I want? Right. Right. That's what systems give you. They give you that. No system just gives you kind of shooting a shotgun online and hoping and all that kind of stuff. Right. We're not in the hopium game. You know, we're in the creating systems that deliver income and lifestyle game.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really important that you understand. When you get into systems, you go, well, how do I create 100 grand a year? Well, you can sell one high ticket program at 10 grand a month. Yeah. Right. And you can work 5 hours a week delivering that, 2 hours a week delivering that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there's a limiting belief coming there. I'm thinking about that. Right. Or you can sell 3 at 3 grand. Yeah. Right. It's entirely up to you. Yeah. And the choice is usually based on our limiting beliefs. Yeah, you're right. Just is, right? Once you get past 5 grand a month, you'll go, that's interesting. And then you get past 10 grand a month, you'll go, fuck me. That's well, okay. And so this year for me, I'm going for 20. Yeah. Right. Now, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have had that mindset. But I hadn't pushed past the 10 grand a month mark. Yeah, I hadn't got multiple incomes coming in. So it's all about, this is all about mindset. And the thing is to really allow yourself to just think much bigger. Yeah. Question yourself, how do I create 100 grand a month? 100 or 100 grand? I mean, it is relative. No, it's interesting actually, because for some people, 100 grand a month is actually a bad month. For other people, $200 a month is a good month. It's all relative to where you are in the business, but you'll never get to that end without a system. You'll never get to that anywhere near that, but you can get to 10 grand a month with a system. Yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt. Absolutely, you can. But it's only by going, okay, how do I break this thing down? You know, so let's get into the 3 funnels that we're kind of working on this year. So my business is all about systems and funnels. So if you want, now what I will preface this with, I would encourage you all to have a high ticket system where you're charging $1 grand a month for one program, $1 grand for 1 month, $2 grand for a 3-month program, and $5 grand for a 6-month program. Okay, you can't do this at 65 quid a month unless you want to struggle, right? 65 pounds a person. It's just, it's just impossible, nightmare. So what you want is some kind of call to action, and that call to action needs to be, are you struggling with this, ready to make changes and interested in that? And that's your person. It's your one person. And when I say one person, there are millions, tens of millions of that one person online. There are more people online than you could ever service in one, probably 2-3 lifetimes. There are millions and tens of millions of people out there who will identify with your one person. So when you do your call to action, are you a so-and-so who wants to do this, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you download this thing? And then they're in your email list. Yeah. Now that is a system when you do split testing. I'll go through that probably in a few weeks' time, but that's what you want to do. But without that one call to action, you're going to struggle. Yeah, you're going to struggle. So by the time people get to talk to you, the way that your conversions are better is when you call the right person out at the front of the funnel. Does that make sense? When you are talking to somebody and they come up for a chat, you know that they've answered, yes, I am this person, right at the front of your funnel. So you know they have the problem. And that way converting is easier because there's no question they have the problem because they've answered the thing at the front end. So it's almost like you've got to kind of constrict the front end to make the back end easier, right? Make more sales. The next one is call to action, which will be some kind of sales letter. Yeah. And the sales letter is based on your one person with one problem and all that kind of stuff. If somebody goes to your sales letter online who's got a different problem than the one that you're offering, they're not going to buy anything. So it's a waste of time. So the way you make things like Facebook ads work, okay, I got a big picture here. The way you make things like Facebook ads work and any of your marketing is by keeping one message all the way through your process. You might have 5 different sales funnels offering 5 different things, but each one has to be completely uniquely individual to the person, okay? You then offer them, this is an appointment funnel, you will then offer them some kind of, meeting online, and that's a one-to-one. Now, you know when they arrive on the meeting that they're the right person because you've done all the other stuff, right? And before you actually invite them onto a call, you make them fill out a form. And the bottom line of the form is, are you ready to make changes and do you have the income to commit to a program? And a lot of people balk at that. They go, oh, I can't dare ask that. But what happens is, if you don't do that, you're just going to be wasting time. Yeah, you want people that answer yes to that. Yeah. And what they'll say is, yeah, if it's the right program. You go, no problem. No, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, because you want people who are willing to change. You don't want people who aren't. And then finally, you're going to have some kind of call to action and you get them booked in. Yeah. And then you're going to make them an offer on the back end of whatever it is. That's it. So one call to action to one person in the world, sales letter, make an appointment. And the thing that's working really well for us is a VSL, a video sales letter. It's about 3 to 5 minutes of a call. I can give you a template. Actually, I can send it to you later on. But it's a video template where it just says, hey, you've downloaded this. This is what we do. If that interests you, why don't you book a call? They fill a form out. Then they're on your, then that's it. Then you chat to them. And we use Calendly. And you would have got some emails and maybe some texts. We use Calendly. It's a paid thing, $10 a month or whatever. It's a great way to get people and to keep connecting with people. And that is an appointment funnel. Super simple. And all we will do is measure, okay, how many people are we getting? So top of funnel, how many people are we getting to sign up? How many people are we getting from here to watch the video and make an appointment? How many people are make an appointment, actually buy something? So it's not personal. I don't take it personally. It's all about systems. All right. So as a coach, trainer, hypnotherapist, probably that will be the one that you'd think about. But put your prices up. All right. If somebody, I mean, in the UK, we have the is it Ferrero Rocher or something? The chocolates that are reassuringly expensive. Is that? I know that there was an advert You might not have that in the States, Brett, but there's this idea of being reassuringly expensive, right? People with money want to spend money. They want to do it. That's why Apple's just a computer, but people want to buy it because why? Yeah. So, you know, you're not doing yourself or anybody else any favors by keeping your prices low. Be reassuringly expensive. If you're doing a higher ticket program, which you should be doing, when you say that to somebody, they should be thinking about, oh, okay, yeah, that's a reasonable amount of money. Can I afford that? You might offer payment options, you might offer whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it needs to be something that means something. More money, more commitment. There's another phrase, I won't go on about it, which is pay to play. You need to understand that people need to pay to play. If they pay nothing, they don't turn up, they don't do anything, they have no investment, they need to pay to play.
Mm.
Yeah. And people will pay to play, without a doubt. Can you get 3 people a month to give you $3,000 for a program in the menopause? Without a doubt. In nutrition? Without a doubt. In the spiritual world? Without a doubt. You know, of course you can. There's 2 billion people on Facebook. You know, that's why saying 100 grand isn't that much of a goal.
Mm.
It should be. That should be your least goal. So this is a product funnel. And so in my business, I have the funnel I just showed you, the appointment funnel. And say I get 100 people into my business, not everybody's going to want to have an appointment, nor should. So what I want to do is I want to sell them a product, because it means that my efforts to get them in the front end are still being rewarded. Okay, so if I'm talking about sales and higher ticket programs, I've got a product called the high ticket marketing system that I can then sell them $49, $59, $100, or whatever I choose. And so have you ever been through a product funnel where you've been offered different things? Yeah. So they go through to the sales page, go, yeah, I'm interested in that. And then they go through to the order page, you're going to buy it. And then you're saying, well, while you're here, do you want this? And it's a bit like being at Tesco's or Sainsbury's or wherever they are in the US, you know, around the checkout, they've got sweets and they've got things for a little bit of a price. And they do that because people just go, oh yeah, I'll have that while I'm here. Oh, I'll have that while I'm here, right? So it's free money, basically. So if you're doing a product funnel, which you should be doing, maybe once you sort out your appointment funnel, is you have an upsell. So you might charge $27 for your product. Then you've got an upsell of another $27, a downsell of $10. So on average, my high ticket marketing system product sells at like 27 US, but then I've got a $47 upsell. If they don't buy the 40, which sells really well, but if they don't buy that, I drop it to 27. So I start at 27, but my average cart is 54. It's my average cart on that. Yeah. So, and again, it's a system. I just have systems. You know, we run My Easy Funnels, which is a bit like ClickFunnels, but better. And it's all about just having systems and pages that you measure. But again, imagine you were able to sell 10, 20, 30 of them a month. Well, it kind of adds in and pays a bit of money, but you could sell 100. But again, just getting across, it's about systems. It's not about you. So we have an upsell and a downsell, order confirmation, and then a welcome email. And while I was playing golf in the summer with my friends, it was about $800 arrived while I was playing. Just through this, I sent out an email, ping, 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 and they went. And that continues to sell. Again, it's not about me spending time, which is why I'm saying marketing is fundamentally boring. I don't have time to sit and message 1,000 people on an email list individually, but I do have time to write one email,
yeah,
and send that out to 1,000 people and make some money, which is what we did at the weekend. So I want you to get the idea, how do you take yourself out of the equation and how do you systematize this? That's your goal, I would suggest, in 2023. Right, any questions about that? No? Okay. No? Okay, cool. And at the back end, you have an affiliate one. So when say you get 100 people into your business because your top of funnel is working really well, maybe 200 people even. They don't buy anything. They don't buy any of your products. What are you going to do? Are you going to just let all those contacts go to waste? you've paid for them in time or money, right? No, what you do is you find affiliate programs, other programs associated with what you're doing, and you create, I like to have 100 days worth of emails going out, offering those affiliate programs. When you're making $2 a sale, $10 a sale, it's not your product, somebody else's product, and it's all happening on automation. So you're getting paid every day. So when you bring people into your top of funnel, yeah, then if you have 100 people, so we go back to this one here, if you have 100 people in here, 5% might buy. So what are you going to do with the other 95%? They've gone through the bottom of your funnel and they haven't bought. Something hasn't resonated with them. So you don't want to waste them. You either want to sell them your product, or you just want to put them into an email automation where they get 2 emails a day. Hey, they're interested. They know they've got the problem because they've put their hand up at the front of your funnel. So what you're going to do is you're going to send them out. So essentially, a really holistic business in 2023 is, one, learning how to turn what you're doing into more of a high ticket kind of program. That's the first thing. But on top of that, it's about having an appointment funnel that delivers people. Beyond that, you've got a product. Products are not difficult to make. In fact, you don't even have to make the product. As Brett knows, I introduced him to something called public label rights. You don't even have to make the product, right? You can somebody else can make it. You can buy the license for it. It's like, wow, blimey. So you can do that. And then finally, if they still haven't bought anything, stick them in an automated email and you'll make money selling other people product that they're interested in, and they may resonate. Out of 10 people you talk to, if I talk to 10 people on sales call, 2 people aren't going to like my face. They just got up bad in the morning. They look at me and go, I do not like this person. And that's totally understandable and totally cool, whatever. 3 people just might not be ready to buy. And the other, I should make a sale. But those 5 people that don't buy, or 6 people that don't buy, I don't know. I pay to get their contact details. So I want to keep just sending them information until either they're ready to buy or they buy somebody else's product and I get money for it. And the good thing about all that is that if you want to, you need to pay for your marketing in some way, shape or form, i.e. you need to raise your prices, have higher ticket programs, but then you want to make money on the back end while you're on holiday, while you're away.
Yeah.
And so this is all about systems. It's just not about you. There's a song in my head. It's not about you. But okay, so but the main one may be, Brett, I know you talked about product, so that's what we talked about this afternoon when we meet. But really the appointment funnel is probably the first one you want to think about. Websites don't work. Traditional websites do not convert people into leads. They're not designed to do that. They're usually made by people that have never made a penny online, right? They're kind of, website designers and, they're ex-bloggers that have found that they could do WordPress and so they sell it off all that kind of, they haven't made any money. Okay. Websites do not sell anything. Sales funnels, processes, systems, that's what sells something. Okay. So just think about that. Any thoughts on any of that? Are you overwhelmed or are you kind of going, okay, yeah, that makes sense?
It's made me look at things differently, because when you said, about how much money do I want to earn, I've automatically thought I've got to be physically sat with somebody or either online or with, at £75 an hour or whatever.
95. No, you charge 95, don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I didn't realise with all the other stuff, with actually, if you've got a product in the background, you could be selling that product. So it isn't necessarily down to me to be doing the hours. And that's blown my mind, because
we have an anxiety product that you could rent. We have an anxiety product that we rent out because people struggle building all this stuff. So we rent it out for $47 a month.
Yeah.
The product's $47 a month. You don't have to be anywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a mindset.
Smart.
It is, yeah. And it works as well. It's money for nothing.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. That I didn't even realize that that was even able, you could even do that really with hypnotherapy, apart from downloads and things like that. But that's, my mind's just gone boom.
Yeah,
'Cause that's-
anxiety. I
yeah.
did a talk on anxiety, which is why we picked the anxiety niche to sell a business, literally sell a
Yeah.
business, rent a business out, because we were on Google Trends, saw that anxiety, understandably, because hey, the world's a bit of a shit show, isn't it? You know, that it's gone like that.
Mhm.
So you know, we didn't. So that's why I picked that, and then we made a product out of it that we
And
then made.
anxiety, I joined because a lot of my friends are going through menopause at the moment and having all sorts of problems. I thought, right, I need to do some digging into
Camilla,
this. Yeah,
that's for you.
huge amounts. And so I joined some Facebook groups,
Yeah.
and the amount of women that are suffering so badly with different levels of anxiety.
Yeah.
And the Facebook groups, you're not allowed to advertise or say, oh, by the way, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist.
We have a bit of software that could end that problem for you, but that's another.
It's just bonkers. I didn't realize it affects women with the menopause, and it's nearly everybody that
Yeah.
seems to be on these sites, and it's such a big deal.
Yeah,
really, really big deal, and it's just like scary.
Yeah, and so if you can, so this product funnel, we have a product where people download kind of 7 steps to getting rid of anxiety. Then on the order page, it talks about how you can get rid of anxiety, and then we've got an upsell of doubt and a download, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's picking a market. So what people, the thing that people fall into, I know if you're okay for time, I don't want to talk too long at you, but the trap that people fall into is they go, right, I want to help people, right? And what they end up doing is not helping themselves. What happens is they start a business and then they get really into it and they go and pay thousands for training. I mean, my NLP and hypnotherapy training cost thousands, as yours may have done. And then they go all gung-ho and go, right, I'm going to be a hypnotherapist. Right? And then it all goes to shit from there, because what they find is, hey, nobody wants to buy my stuff, or actually there's 1,000,001 other therapists or whatever it is. And so that's why the ones that make it work. One of my biggest clients is a lady called Karen Bird in the States, and she works with athletes, and we just help hypnotherapists work with athletes. That's what we do, because you've got to niche somewhere.
Yeah.
Got to niche somewhere. If you don't, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. And the reason people don't is FOMO. You know, they got a fear of missing out. Oh, yeah, but what I could do that. It's just like a state that you've got to remove yourself from. Pick one thing. Camilla picked menopause. Debbie picked anxiety. What doesn't matter. You could pick anxiety as a product and still do something else. Do you know what I mean? But you've got to pick something. If you don't, you're going to be exhausted and you're not going to make any money. That's why we stick with sales funnels, lead generation. That's what we do. That's what we do all day. So now, does it mean that we won't kind of do some coaching and some mentoring? No, but the main thing is creating and teaching people how to make sales funnels. You know, but I've got a product on email marketing. I've got a product on podcasting. I've got a product on high ticket program. I've got a product on how to make money online and boost your sales, because they're all associated with my main focus, and I make money out of each of those. You know, at the back end, that's what I sell to people who haven't bought anything else. Yeah. So you don't have to be present. You shouldn't be present. Life's way too short to be present for everybody. So, you know, just pick something. And when you pick something, you can put your prices up. Yeah. Easily. All right. Okay, Brett, any thoughts?
No, this is all good stuff. It really helps kind of sharpen the blade, I guess.
Sharpen the blade, love it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, my niche, I've been thinking about it, you know, after we talked the last time, and it's, you know, people going through the midlife awakenings.
Yeah, you know? Which is a lovely, so you can target that.
Because all these things we're talking about, whether it be menopause or whether it be anxiety, I call those catalyst events. Yeah. Right. So you have a catalyst event, whether it be, you know, a diagnosis of a disease, a breakup of a relationship, a job you wake up to that you're not passionate about anymore. It could be a number of things. All these things people go through is a catalyst event. It triggers a midlife awakening. And so anybody between the ages of like 30 and 50 are going to go through something.
Yeah.
You know, and so this is my, you know, that's my target audience.
And the beauty of that is where if you ever do Facebook ads, you can choose the ages. Oh, hello, we've got another follower. So you can choose the ages. You know, you can even choose that, because talking to males and females might be slightly different, or whatever it would be. But you can say, have you found yourself broken a relationship, fed up with your job, have a lack of direct, you know, my best performing advert lists about 5, are you XXXXX, and it cost me 50p a lead to get an email from somebody to go straight into my email list. And at some point, a good percentage will buy something. And that's because it's kind of highly targeted. And that's because I'm just going over what I'm going for one market.
Right.
Yeah. So your conversions go up because you're more sharpening the blade is a good way to think about it. If you can sharpen what you're doing, put the effort into, I mean, Brett will know, if ever I work with anybody, we start with a Google sheet. There's nothing sexy about it. We start with a Google sheet saying, who is your market? And we might spend 3 weeks doing that, 4 weeks doing that. But when we've done that properly and we make ads, it just goes to the roof. And that's what's absolutely kind of worth doing. All right.
You know, and
Okay.
I might add also to both Camilla and Debbie, you know, you both seem to be starting out, you know, early stages, you know, of your business. As you progress, you'll see certain things that join together all your clients. There's going to be one aspect that everybody's dealing with, you know, and that's really how you pick, you know, your demographic. You pick that one thing, you know, because like anxiety in menopause, anxiety and all these different things, you're going to find that when you find that thread that connects everything, that's what you target, because you're going to just hit so many people that are all dealing with the same thing from different angles.
Yeah.
You know, so
I mean,
yeah, it's really good.
people will naturally gravitate towards you. It's the nature of reality, man. Right? Not to get too woo-woo, but people will. They'll naturally gravitate towards what you feel, you know, what serves you and what helps the best. Just the way it works, you know. But there's common sense in that I cannot work in women's empowerment. I just can't. I could work in men's empowerment, but I wouldn't want to because men aren't interested. Not enough anyway. So, you know, we're all going, yeah, we're fine. So it's like, you've got to use common sense, but you've also got to realize that the internet's infinite. I mean, it's literally infinite. So if you were to be able to create a product, a service where you can charge $3 grand a month, you need 3 levels of your program. For $8 grand a month, $5 grand a month, whatever, you might be freaking out inside. Say $5 grand a month, sorry, $5 grand for the program, and you can decide what that program is, and then $3 grand for the program, and then $1 grand. And then you have a product at $97. Right? If you do that and you work through these systems, have these systems and go, okay, you'll start to get a few people having the lower one. Then you'll get, most people will pick the middle one. That's where you have 3. And then a lot of people just buy the product. But that's totally fine. It's totally cool. You don't have to have, most people go into business with a very one-dimensional view. I have to sit in front of somebody and listen and help them. That's their business. That's not a business in 2023 at all. It hasn't been for 20 years, but even more so now. You should have a multi-layered. If people can't get to you, you go online. If people can, great. You charge higher prices for you one-to-one. If they can't do anything, you have a product to sell them. And that's how you create. That's why 100 grand isn't.
Yeah.
It's not a huge target. It just isn't. You know,
Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah. Okay. So any questions? Any questions? We'll kind of wrap it up within an hour.
No.
Just a lot to think about, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a lot to think about because it's new. It's not actually that. It's not kind of like brain surgery or anything. It's actually, you know, pretty simple. The key is you need a system. You need a system. If you don't have a system to make a cup of tea, you don't have a system to turn on a computer, you don't have a system to have a business in your business, it's just not going to work. It just isn't. You know, that's just a fact for you. So, you know, have a think about that. So if you want to run a strategy call, it's not going to be a sales call, you can, and I can go through and give you a whole bunch of ideas. You're welcome to do that. If you, so whoever's watching this on Facebook, which they will be. So Brett, obviously working together. Are we meeting? What time are we meeting, Brett? In an hour?
I don't know if, are we meeting at 6 or at 7 a.m.? Because.
Well, you said 7.
Right,
AM your
but I
time.
just had a thing go off on my phone saying we're meeting in 10 minutes.
No, we can,
But,
you can
it's
have
an
a
hour
break.
and 10 minutes.
It's an hour and 10 minutes. That's totally cool. So look, so you're welcome to have a strategy call. I'm sure I can help you. If you do, you know, we'll give you a bit of a discount on whatever you're doing, you know, in some way, shape or form. You're welcome to have that. So just to round it off from here, what you can do is go to, let's just share that. I mean, what are the main, my main businesses is My Easy Funnels. We've been doing this for quite a while. Okay, so this is a funnel building business where you can spend $47 a month or something and do it yourself, or we can do it for you. Okay, and it's not that expensive. Just, you know, to produce an appointment funnel. Okay, and just to give you a bit of coaching on that. So obviously we do mentoring 3 months, 6 months, which gets more expensive. That's obviously available to you. But to have an appointment funnel, it's hosted here. It's all done. It gets done within 10 days. And it's, you know, like, I don't know, 350 quid or something, you know, and within that, there's also some training as well to help you kind of understand how to do it. So you're welcome to do that. Just let me know if that's of interest. The best thing I can offer you is a strategy call. It is not, I'm not going to try and sell you anything. You'd be amazed at how much money is waiting to be made in your market with a change of mindset. The systems exist, okay? And we've been doing this for 20 years. So the systems exist. There's no point in that. But if you can understand that, if you can get over the FOMO, and if you can go, okay, you know, I can show you very easily on a Google sheet how you can earn 10 grand a month. It's just math. It's just math. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's not personal. There's 2 billion people on Facebook. Can you make 3 sales a month at 3 grand, 4 sales at 2 grand, and then a whole load of products? Yes, of course you can. Anyone can. Anyone can do that. It's just a matter of getting your head around how to do it and kind of putting the steps in place. All right. So that offer is available to you. So any closing questions, Brett? I know we're meeting in an hour and 10 minutes, but
yeah. No, I don't really have any questions at this point.
Okay. Cool. Camilla?
No, thank you.
No, you're okay? Don't you feel okay? Yeah. How much are you charging an hour now?
95 pounds.
How does that feel?
A little scary, but okay.
Okay. All
nice.
Right.
It would be nice. It'll be nice when it hits the.
Well, it is nice because that's what you're charging. I'll tell you what, put it up to 125 and give people a discount. So much of this stuff is just mindset, you know, it really is. Debbie?
No questions, thank you.
You're all good. All right, cool. Okay, well, we'll leave it there. There will be a recording. Book a strategy call if you want one, and we can make you some kind of funnel to help you out, then that's cool as well. And there's another training, so for you guys, if you want interested, or people on Facebook or whatever, it's another training. So every Friday, and I think, so what subject would you like next Friday, whether you can attend or not, because I could do a recording? Is it how to find the right people? Is it, what is it?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, so how to find the right people that want to buy whatever you're selling. Okay, that's what we'll do next Friday then. Okay, and we'll record it even if you can't make it. All right, well, thank you for attending. People on Facebook are attending. I can't see who they are, you know, and I'll reach out, see if there's anything I can do. And Brett, I'll see you in an hour and 4 minutes.
Okay.
All right then.
Thank
Have
you.
a lovely weekend.
Thank
Speak to
you.
soon. All right,
Thank
take
you.
care.
Bye-bye.
125, Camilla. All right, see you soon. See you soon, Brett.
All right. Thanks,
Yeah,
David.
cheers, mate.